Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the update to Star Stable removing the selling a horse feature. For those of you who didn't notice, Wednesday, November 12th, Star Stable removed the ability to sell any horses. I was talking with my buddies about this, and what I think they got rid of it for is because people would sell their horses or would claim that someone else sold their horse on their account or would just regret selling it and come up with all these like, oh, woe is me messages and message Star Stable being like, hey, so can I get this horse back or whatever. And I think Star Stable's just really tired of receiving those messages. And like I said in my last video, when I reported players, they sent me a message in June being like, oh yeah, so we got so many messages, we're basically deleting all of them, so if it's actually important, please tell us it is, otherwise we're not going to address it. I feel like they have so many messages that they're just trying to sort through, and they're just so bogged down with issues like this. They're probably removing this feature so people can't complain anymore that they accidentally sold a horse. If you can't sell horses, that's one less thing that you're going to flood their inbox with. So honestly, I think that's the real reason why they decided to do that. This was a choice. I don't think I like it very much. So Star Stable used to have a limit on how many horses you could have, which was the point in being able to sell horses so you had enough space. There isn't a limit anymore. Now, I still don't think they should have removed this feature. I mean, they said sometime in the future, they didn't specify when, so this could be very far out. They didn't specify when they're going to implement it, but they said they're going to implement the feature to hide horses in your pasture, so you could like prioritize certain ones you want to see or don't want to see. I don't know if I like this. So basically, like when you buy a horse, it's yours, period. You can't ever get rid of it. It's yours. I have issues with this. But first of all, the first thing I want to address is I think the entire stable system needs to be reorganized just entirely. If you're like me and you have a lot of horses, right now I have like 170. If you want to search through all those horses, that's so many pages, and it also lags my game really bad. Every time I open my horse list to choose a horse to put into my stable from my pasture, every time I flip through the pages, it lags a lot. Um, Also, the there needs to be some kind of way to search for horses. Again, if I have that many horses, it's good that you can organize them by breed, by name, by level, all that stuff. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But it still doesn't address the issue that I still want to be able to search for a horse's name. I want to find it by name or by breed or something to just shorten the list that I'm looking for. I think there needs to be some kind of search feature. Aside from that, it's interesting to me that they said that there's going to be a solution to this and they're going to have a hide horse feature or whatever, but they didn't implement it now, which implies that there was a rush to push out this no longer be able to sell a horse option, which is really weird to me. Like, so you're telling me that now right now there's no solution, that I can't sell a horse and I can't hide any horses. I just have to deal with my full list, which is I don't get that. Could you not have released a solution when you created the problem? Like why are these going to be two different updates? I do not get it. Like it's implying there was a rush to remove the ability to sell horses, which I don't think there was. Um, the other thing I'd like to address, I feel like this really inspires or encourages horse hoarding. So for those of you who don't know, animal hoarders are a very big problem. There are so many stories of them on the news that you can find. So a horse hoarder, or really animal hoarder, is somebody who just buys animals to have them, like or adopts animals to have them. I guess it doesn't really matter how they obtain them. It just matters that it is somebody who accrues a large number of animals without getting rid of any of them, often to the point of not being able to pay for all of them or take care of all of them to the fullest extent that they require to be happy and healthy. Um, this is normally married to a lot of mental health issues. Like, like the stereotype about the crazy cat lady. It has it's a, excuse me. It's a mental health problem. And I feel like Star Stable not giving you the ability to sell horses or to get rid of them in some way or to, I guess that's where the hide a horse feature comes in. Maybe disguise it a little better and be like, lease this horse out to somebody else or, you know, do something to where it doesn't feel like once you buy a horse, you have to have it forever, which of course, if you're a good horse owner, you're going to have that horse until it passes away. Like that's just a good thing to do is to take care of that animal and be there for it regardless of its health problems and just love that animal forever. Yes, I completely agree. But Star Stable is a game where horses don't die. So you're agreeing to take care of an immortal being and you have no like way to get rid of it and no like you just can't ever you just accumulate more and more. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but it seems like games like Star Stable really encourage animal hoarding and kind of glorify having a ton of animals. Like I feel like it's a brag in some ways to be like, "Oh, I have this many horses." It's weird. Now, of course, I can't say all of this and complain about Star Stable without proposing some kind of a solution. My initial solution to the sell a horse feature, which I did message to Star Stable with the ideas, but Star Stable never reads their ideas, so of course, like, I don't really care. It was kind of just to show them that there are people thinking of this. I proposed that Star Stable does return some star coins for selling horses, only up to 10%. And not just up to 10% of their purchase value, of their value entirely of like the last time they were sold. So for example, if you want to sell a Gen 1 Frisian, they were sold as their final price for 300 star coins. So basically 10% of that would be 30 star coins. If I wanted to sell my Gen 1 Frisian, I even though even if I bought it for 990 star coins, which was their full price back in like what? It was in 2015, but I can't remember when I started, but I can't remember what it was like since then, whatever. So let's say 990 star coins. Then you'd be like, oh, I get it for like 99. No, you'd get it for 30 because that's what its final price was. That's what Star Stable evaluated their value to be in when did they discontinue the Frisians? Like a year ago, 2 years ago? I don't know. So I think that's what it should be. It should be you get 30% of the official last price that they were ever announced. And the reason I say this is because, remember, Star Stable exists only because we spend money on the game. If you are a pay once star rider, I'm really sorry to tell you this. I'm a pay once star rider, but guess what? Star Stable doesn't care about us anymore, okay? When you pay once, you give them a bunch of money, but technically, you never have to give them money again. You are going to receive 100 star coins for the rest of your life as long as your account exists. Now, with that in mind, that means technically you never have to spend money on Star Stable ever again. You will always have all the features unlocked to you. Eventually, you can get all the horses that you want. You have to wait. You can get like 9 horses a year, but like you can still get them. And now, see, that's where Star Stable gets you, is the only way they make money is off of star coins. So, if you are selling horses for star coins, guess what you're not gonna do? You're not going to buy star coins. So everybody has proposed, oh, give us 50% of our star coins back, give us all of our star coins back. No, because if you do that, then Star Stable is not going to make money and not going to continue being able to function. Yeah, I understand that Star Stable is really bad at budgeting their money and managing their funds and all this stuff. I'm not denying that. But I'm also shedding a light on the fact that, hey, this is how this company makes money and operates. So you can't sit here and say, oh, I want all my star coins back for a horse that I no longer want. No. I think that you should receive 10% back. Like, because again, then you're not likely to sell a horse because, hey, for this 900 star coins I spent on this horse, I'm only getting 90 back. That kind of sucks, but it is still something. It is still not nothing, because like selling them for shillings for what, 2,500 shillings, that was absolute chump change. Like, you can get 2,500 shillings off of a day of like playing Star Stable. You really can't. Shillings are not that hard to get. Run around in Hollow Woods for like 30 minutes and you can make that money. It is not difficult. So to say that you should get the full price back is wrong, but to say you should get nothing is wrong. And now you have the issue of, now I can't sell my horses. Now I'm stuck with the horses that I have forever. I have no way of getting rid of them. And there's no solution to hide the horses I don't want to see when I'm just trying to look for certain, like, specific horses. Like, folders, categories, like racing horses, roleplay horses, magic horses, you know, like uh, championship horses. What else do people do on Star Stable? I don't even know. Western, dressage, cross country, whatever. Be able to make folders and categories and be able to organize them as such. And if Star Stable cares so much, have the folders, let people be able to name the folders what they want and put horses in those folders or in those fields if you want to be lore accurate, or horses and not like computer files on a desktop. Be able to name your extra fields and be able to sort through your fields. But hey, make sure you let players name them what they want. But remember, you have a chat filter. And nobody else is going to see the pasture name, so who cares? Because I know a lot of kids are going to name it some really stupid stuff and say some really inappropriate stuff, but if it's just them seeing it, it doesn't matter as much as somebody going in global and saying that they're going to kill people. Yeah, that happened. Watch my last video. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like there are a lot of other ways they could have gone about this, a lot of ways that are way more elegant, and Star Stable just fumbled like they always do. Yeah, so just let me know your guys' opinions. I want to know what everyone thinks. I want to know what other options people could have thought of. Tell me if you even like this idea or not, or Star Stable's idea or not. Yeah, I want to know what the audience thinks. So thank you. Goodbye.